Today we are going to take up the writing section of class 12 English. Today's topic is writing a job application. Now what is a job application? A job application is an application applying for a vacancy. Now let us see what are the different parts of a job application. A job application has two parts. One is the covering letter and the second part is biodata. Now let us see what actually is a covering letter. A covering letter is an application for employment and acts as a personal advertisement. This job application contains appeal for the job along with the person's personal data. What are the personal data? Name, father's name, date of birth, address, qualification, experience. Now let us look at the second part, which is biodata. Biodata refers to a person's life and experience and achievements. It is a representative of all the personal and professional details and is given in a provided specified format. It is generally divided into four parts. In the first part you write your personal details, second part you write your qualifications, third part you write your experience, and in the fourth part you give references of some prominent personality who can vouch for you. Now let us look at the exam specifications of job application. The question carries 6 marks and it has to be answered in 120 to 150 words. There is a choice out of 2 questions, only one has to be attempted, and the question will be based on verbal or visual input. Now let us look at the marking scheme of job application. The 6 marks is divided into format 1 mark. Now format includes sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, salutation, complimentary clues. So you are all aware of all this because you have already done this in official or formal letter. Content carries 3 marks and expression carries 2 marks. What do you mean by expression? Expression means how grammatically accurate your sentences are and whether it carries the relevant ideas. So 1 plus 3 plus 2, that comes to total 6 marks. Now let us look at the format of a covering letter. You have the sender's address on the top left hand corner, date just below it, and below it is the receiver's address. Then comes the subject, which has to be written in 1 line, and of course it is followed by salutation, that is sir, madam. Then comes the body in 2 or 3 paragraphs. In paragraph 1, you have to mention the source from where you have come to know about the job vacancy, and here you also mention that you are applying for the post. In paragraph number 2, you have to mention the qualifications, achievements, previous experience and strengths. Third paragraph, of course, you will have to mention what are the things you are going to provide with your biodata, that is documents that you have enclosed. In paragraph 3 is followed by the enclosures where you mention what testimonials you are attaching with the covering letter. Now let us look at the format of the biodata. In biodata, first you have to write your name, then comes your father's name, date of birth. Date of birth is always in expanded forms, mean you have to write month, year. Then your address, age, qualifications. Remember the qualifications you have to provide in a box as is shown here. Name of the exam, board or university you have written from, name of the institution, year of passing and percentage of marks that you have got in that particular exam. Then comes after the box is the work experience, and here you have to mention the latest to the oldest work experience and the period for which you have worked at a particular firm. Then your achievements, if any, languages that you are capable of speaking, your any additional skills you have, your strengths, hobbies, and of course references. References is very important because you have to give the name and phone number of prominent people who can certify your character to the institute where you are applying. Then this is followed by a declaration where you have to mention that whatever you have given here are true to the best of your knowledge. Then your date, the place and your signature. Now let us look at the job application. Here is a solved example of a job application. You are Priya Aditya Roy living in such and such house, New Delhi, and you have seen an advertisement in the newspaper for the post of software engineer in National Software Company. Now you have to write an application with complete biodata to the manager of the company. So this is how it goes. First, top left hand corner, your address, date, followed by the receiver's address, subject, and of course the body of the letter, and complimentary close. Then you have to mention the enclosures that you are enclosing, that is, you are putting your CV. Now let us look at the CV. Name. Your CV will contain your name, father's name, date of birth, address, health status, marital status, then educational qualification which comes in the box, which year you have passed out of which examination, which institute, which university, okay, and then you have to mention your work experience, strength, and references also of prominent people along with their phone numbers. Clear now? Now we have a second example, solved example. Go through this, then it will become very clear to you. Write an application for the post of assistant professor in English in St. Joseph and Mary College, New Delhi, with the biodata. You are Singini Roy. So here goes. Singini Roy's residential address, date, the address of the principal where she is applying. Application for the post of assistant professor becomes the subject, and then you have the body of that application. Then comes your biodata like the previous one, with educational qualifications, work experience, languages known, strength, references. I hope it is clear now. This is your home assignment. You have 3 questions over here, and you are to do this for your homework. Once you do this, you will be able to write any sort of job application. Thank you.